You know, so much of what we do in this country is based on a false narrative, a myth, perpetuated by politicians, and citizens begin to believe it, and they begin to behave this way. We had a guy waiting on hold. I decided not to put him on the air. His name was John from New Jersey. You can vouch for this, right, Mr. Producer? Right, Mr. Call Screener? He said, well, what happens if you lose your job, that gap? So I said, you can get COBRA. Well, that's only if you're fired or you're let go. What if you decide to leave voluntarily? Then you have to, take the equity out of your home. You leave a job voluntarily. You have to take the equity out of your home. Then don't leave the job, idiot, until you find another job. You and I now are supposed to pay for the health care of individuals, and by the way, their mortgages if they're going to lose their home, and anything else that the government can think up, or these losers can think up, while they decide if they want to work in another job. What the hell happened to America? So we're not talking about people who are in the gutter who need help, who we would all agree, help them. By God, help them, because they can't help themselves. I mean, really hard luck cases. But we're not even talking about that anymore. I'm getting callers into this program, some of whom I'm not even bringing on the air. Well, what if I want to change jobs and I quit, and then I don't get COBRA, and then I don't qualify for Medicaid? What do you expect me to do? What? I expect you to lose your home and your health care and your pension, and screw you. I mean, what are we supposed to do? You voluntarily put yourself in that position. And then all the rest of us are supposed to take care of it. So we should destroy our health care system to pay for that situation. See, we're not even talking about now people who legitimately don't have health care. Because it's such a small percentage, such a tiny percentage, that people have to come up with these cockamamie comments. And that's exactly why I decided to open the show this way. That's exactly why I decided. Because somebody has to take on this myth. Somebody has to take on this big lie. No, I am not saying there aren't people who can't get insurance. Obviously. I'm saying it's a very small percentage. And you don't destroy your entire healthcare system. For the hundreds of millions of people who do have private health care and who do pay for it, or their employers pay for it, or their parents pay for it, or somebody pays for it, you don't destroy that system chasing a myth. I mean, it's just, this reinforces my cynicism about the welfare state. So I said the other day, ladies and gentlemen, we are actually growing the welfare state at an unprecedented rate while it's collapsing. The welfare state's collapsing. The trustees for Medicare and Social Security tell us, and the chief actuaries, they're going out of business. One in 12 years or 8 years, the other in whatever. And what is our government doing? Nothing about them, and creating the most massive of massive entitlements. And we get people here who actually have coverage, complaining that they'd like to leave their job, maybe look for something else, maybe not. Who's going to take care of them? Not me.